Hello there everyone and welcome to another video here on the FM Scout YouTube channel. My name is Omega Luke and today I'm going to be bringing you some Football Manager challenges. This isn't going to be like club specific challenges, you know, the hardest teams, the Boltons, the Boroughs, everyone that's been going on about for a while now. These are slightly different. But with the release of the full game, it's time to get your long save ideas at the ready. However, some of you may be stuck on what to do, so hopefully I can help you today with these non-specific club-based challenges. Some may require you to have large databases, some may require you to stay at one club for a huge period of time. However, like I say, not specific to any club whatsoever. All will be challenging though, and the beauty is that you can even personalize your challenges to make it more fun for you. It's totally up to you, or even more difficult if you really like a challenge and you find them slightly easier than what you expected. I will just give a brief overview and some ideas for you to decide on what you would like to do yourselves. So, to begin with then, let's hit the nail on the head with the most popular one that I always see banging around the internet, and that is the Pentagon Challenge. So for anyone who doesn't know what the Pentagon Challenge is, basically Pentagon, 5 sides, there is 5, well, there is actually 6, but there is 5 Continental trophies that you can win. One obviously being the Champions League, the European Champions League. There is the South American, the North American, you have the African and the Asian. All of them have a Champions League trophy, 5 of them there available. The 6th one is actually the Oceanic, which you can add with special databases, which I have tried in the past. So this is a popular choice, and really the rules and stipulations for this challenge is that you have to win all 5 of these Champions Leagues. However, to make it slightly more difficult, what people always suggest is that you start off with unemployment, no club whatsoever. You start off with no reputation and no qualifications to make it the hardest possibly be, and that is when you have to find yourself your first club and build your way up through the ranks. This may take quite a long time to do so. A popular choice, but definitely one of the most difficult challenges that you can give yourself on Football Manager. If you do decide to start unemployed, you may have to find yourself a club within the next sort of like 6 to 12 months. May take a while to do so, but which means you'll have to unlock a lot more databases, unlock a lot more leagues so that you can actually find yourself a job. With the beauty of this challenge is now with the ability to chop and change the leagues that you want to go in, you can basically target the Champions League you want to conquer. Even YouTubers such as Work the Space have attempted and failed this challenge, so expect it to be quite a difficult one. I've tried it myself on Football Manager 2015. I got very, very close. The only one I couldn't get my hands on was the Asian Champions League. So, the Pentagon Challenge. Try it if you dare. Next up, we have the Youth Intake Only Challenge, and this, dependent on the club that you decide to be and the facilities that you have, decides really how difficult this challenge can really become. The idea is that you do not sign any players whatsoever. Even you can go on the editor if you like and give yourself a transfer embargo, and you are only allowed to incorporate new players into your first team through your youth intakes. You can change this into a national youth intake to make it slightly easier, where you're only allowed to buy players from the country you are in, which will make it slightly easier, yes. But it can be quite fun, and like I say, it depends what club you are. If you are a team like the Liverpools, the Manchester Uniteds of the world, you may find this slightly easier because they tend to have good youth players come through their youth intakes. However, if you are a team lower down in the leagues, you may struggle with this one, and sometimes it may just be impossible. But the youth intake only is quite a popular challenge, and there is one quite similar, which I'll get to next. So the next challenge on this list is the Homegrown Region Challenge. So it's similar to the Youth Intake Challenge, like I mentioned, but this allows you to sign any player who was born from a certain region. As an example, say you took over Birmingham, you could select your stipulations so that you're only allowed to sign the players from the Midlands. It makes it hard to sign players from rival clubs, but it gives you a wider range of players, and with little research can be done in any league in the world. So try the Homegrown Region Challenge. I've seen actually a couple of YouTubers try it before in the past, and I actually really enjoyed watching that save. I can't remember who it was exactly, but they did a Merseyside one, and just going into every player that they could find and finding where they were from made it quite exciting when they did eventually find that killer player, which could really change the game for them in the future. So the home region challenge might be something that takes your fancy this year on Football Manager 2020. On to the next one then, the Red Bull Challenge. And as you can probably see from the thumbnail, we have a Red Bull club on there. There are currently 4 clubs owned by the energy drink Red Bull: Salzburg, New York, Leipzig, and Brasil. So, to me, this could be a very fun challenge to take on. If you think about it, you could set the rules that you have to win the top league in each division with these teams, the leagues that they play in. Maybe even include the cups if you want to make it slightly more difficult. And maybe, just maybe even for an even longer save, you can make it so you have to win the 3 Continental trophies as well, of course. So you have the South American Champions League with Brazil, the North American Champions League with New York, and the European with Leipzig/Salzburg, and maybe you could even do the Europa League. Probably with Salzburg because they're more likely to struggle in the Champions League than Leipzig, but that could be a challenge that you want to do if you were to make it slightly more difficult. Another way of making this even more challenging, if you had to do so, is that you are only allowed to move to these clubs once they have a manager sacked or resign. This could be tricky, but still, it could be possible. Can you make yourself the king of Red Bull? Why not give the Red Bull Challenge a try? Next up on the list is building a nation, similar to what a few of the big FM YouTubers have done in the past, especially Second Yellow Card. Pick a nation that maybe is a little lower down in the world rankings. First, you have to pick a club and dominate domestically. So whatever country you decide to manage in, your club will then have to dominate those leagues. The long-term plan of this save is to succeed in continental competitions to help raise the reputation and raise the coefficient points that your nation gets to help it become eventually the best league in the world. It can be very difficult depending on the nation you pick, and you have to really rely on the other teams in the league around you succeeding in Europe, which may actually require you to help them out. You can basically loan good players to them, keep good players in the league by only selling to the teams around you, but you still have to fight them off because you obviously want to win as much as you want them to succeed as well. So this is quite a tricky challenge. It can be done though. We've seen plenty of YouTubers do it in the past. I've tried it before myself with a few different countries, failed miserably, but it was a lot of fun, definitely along the ride. So building a nation, pick a nation, see what you can do with it. And finally, the tour of the British Isles. So this little fun one here, of course, the British Isles, we have England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and you can even include Republic of Ireland as well if you really want to. They all have separate leagues, and the idea of this challenge is to dominate in each of those leagues. So you probably want to end England last because it'll probably be hard to get a job in England before you get a job in Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. So the object of this save, of this challenge, is to win the top league in all 4 of these leagues. It can be tricky, but it can be done. It's never been done before in real life, so that really is just a record waiting to be broken. The tour of the British Isles could be quite fun. Why not give it a try? So thank you very much for watching this video. Of course, like I said, you can make it hard or as easy as you like by setting limits or stipulations on these challenges. Maybe you just want to do it for a bit of fun. Maybe halfway through you sort of lose interest in the challenge and you just enjoy the save like I did with my Pentagon challenge in 2015. It can happen, but you still have a lot of fun on the way. Are there any other challenges that you guys like to do or that you're going to try? Let me know down in the comments, or let me know in the comments if you're actually going to try one of the featured challenges in this video. I'll be very curious to find out which ones you're going to enjoy the most. I certainly like the sound of the Red Bull Challenge, and I think if it wasn't for the fact that I'm doing my own challenge on the Omega Luke Gaming channel of conquering Scandinavia, the Red Bull Challenge might be something I look at doing after I've conquered Scandinavia. But that's going to be a very tough challenge in itself, And if you want to follow my progress, head on over to the Omega Luke Gaming channel on YouTube. The link is down in the description. Come join me, come subscribe, enjoy the ride with me, and see if I can conquer Scandinavia. My name's Omega Luke, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.